They're based off invalidity.
So what would be a proof though? You've got proof that you can accept.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's like saying, what's the proof of the Riemann hypothesis? No one knows, right?
I don't even know what that is.
Well, okay, it's a theorem in mathematics.
It's fine, it's fine.
Okay, all right, fine. The point is, I don't know. It's not up to me to come up with your God. You are the one telling me there's a God, so it's up to you to come up with it.
I haven't told you nothing. I'm asking you what
Well, you are saying there is a God. You just can't tell me you don't think there's a God.
I'm asking you. I've never made that kind of time now. What proof would you accept?
Do you think? Really? Yeah. So what's this shirt?
Because it's Halifax, it doesn't mean I'm believing.
No, I know, but Darwin team. What's Darwin?
He's got you.
Right. Tell me what Darwin is. Right. So I'm not straw manning you, am I? So I'm not straw manning you. I think I can infer from the fact that you've got a sweatshirt that says Darwin team on it that you believe in God.
So we're at the conclusion that we don't know any kind of evidence to prove God. So are we really open to proving God?
If there's a good argument, I'll listen to it.
Peter Atkinson was asked, for example, what would you choose and make you believe in God? And he said, if the stars lined up and they said, Peter, believe in me, would you?
No, he didn't say that. That was Lawrence Krauss.
No.
He's from the house of David. You're not.
He sounded like the other guy you studied Rob. Peter Atkinson was asked, what kind of proof would you accept? If the stars lined up and they said, Peter, believe in me, would you accept it? And he said, if the stars lined up and that happened, I'd probably think I've gone mad. So they asked him again, what kind of evidence would you accept? He said, well, really and truly, even if I was to go to hell or heaven or something like that, I would still think I'm mad. So really and truly, you're not open. You're not open to believing in their creator. You're
open to him your creator. You can't make that assumption without me.
Well, I'm saying, what evidence would you accept? How many times have I said that?
I've answered it 4 times.
And what's the answer?
The answer is a good argument.
A good argument.
Right?
A
good argument based on strong evidence.
What is that good argument?
Well, if there was one, I believe in God, wouldn't I? There isn't a good argument.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it could be, or it could be your arrogance, couldn't it?
Yeah, well.
Okay, so if you right, why don't you tell me a good argument?
Against this man. I'm not your brother. I'm not your brother. You're Nigerian. You're a coconut from Nigeria.
I'm just asking you, I don't know how many times I need to say it. I don't believe in God. Why is that? You don't believe in God, like you believe just see this come out there, like something like that. I believe things happen. And there's somebody. So you believe in God? You believe in so you're saying, are you saying that it's not random, it's possible? Is that what you're saying? I'm not saying nothing, but I'm just saying you don't believe in God. That seems to be the question. If something has to be, if there is a knowledge behind something and wisdom and ability, it has to be intelligent design. That's what I'm saying. Well, okay, so the camera.
Is that a natural start point though? Right?
So the camera is designed by a person.
He's more knowledgeable than me. It's my brother Anwar.
Is that a natural inference though?
Is one.
For me to look at your jacket and your shirt
Yeah, jacket, sure.
Can we see all the way around us? So would it be a natural inference to infer that there's a knowledgeable creator? There really is.
Why?
Because the same way that I can see the effects of knowledge in your jacket and the effects of intent in your jacket, I can see the effects of intent around us. The effects of purpose.
It doesn't follow.
It does.
Because I can actually see jackets being made.
That's a full argument. You can take that jacket to the Amazon rainforest and they can say this is a product of a higher power. Yes or no?
Well, they can, right?
Yeah, so they can.
But you can't do the same for nature.
No. Would they know the process that these jackets came about?
Not necessarily, no.
So without
But they know.
Hang on.
Okay.
just said now that you know jacket's been around, and that to infer the jacket has an original creator is different to inferring the world has an original creator because you know the processes. And I told you, if I take this jacket to Amazon rated where they don't know the processes, would they infer that this is the product of knowledge or not?
They might. I don't know what they would infer. You'd have to ask them what they would infer. No, okay. Let me reverse your argument. Let me respond. You just made an argument. Let me respond. I can't give you a yes or no answer. I don't know what they would say. Let me reverse your argument. Okay. You're saying, okay, I see this. It's made by an intelligent creator. Therefore, anything else must also be complicated. Must also be made by an intelligent creator. Correct? Hang on. Let me make my argument.
We're not playing together. We can see the effects of knowledge, power, and intent in certain things. Now we can also see purpose that implies intent, order, and what's the word I'm looking for? Complexity, greater complexity than the jacket.
So you're saying when complexity increases, it has to have an intelligent person.
I'm saying, is this the natural inference?
No.
You're
Let's just examine it. Let's just examine it. Okay. Let's examine it.
How do you feel first? Is it always called other?
Let's try and explain. So what you're saying, if I've understood it correctly, is that when complexity increases, we should infer an intelligent agent behind that increasing complexity.
When we can see,
is that what you're saying?
When I can look at your jacket, and I can see. Okay. Forget about the processes of your jacket being made. Okay. Your jacket. Can I see the effects of intent?
Sorry, if I'm going to answer your questions, you need to answer mine.
Okay. Where I'm coming from. When I look at your jacket, can I see the effects of purpose? Sorry, can I see purpose in your jacket, which is the effect of intent and knowledge? Okay. So
now I've just answered your question.
No.
Now answer mine.
Here where I'm going.
No, you have to answer my question. You're going to be fair.
Here where I'm going. So now for me looking at that, my natural inference is that is not a product of just organising itself blindly. That is a product of knowledgeable, powerful people and creators. Is that a natural inference?
Yeah.
Without knowing the processes. I don't know what.
Well, no, I don't. I think you do need to know the process.
So again, if I was to take this to
the reason that you know that this is made by an intelligent creator.
If I was to take this to Amazon rainforest again, or a remote tribe, and would they not see that this is, whether they attribute it to some gods or whatever they attribute it to, but they would see that this is a product of knowledgeable, powerful, and a willful.
The reason that you know is you contrast it with things that aren't. Okay? But otherwise you can't make that inference. Now let me answer your question.
Not even that.
Sorry, you're not going to answer any of my question. Yeah, but you're not hearing what I'm saying.
You come to speak to me, my friend. Yeah, you're on my platform. Yeah?
Okay.
So
sorry, this is Speaker's Corner. We're all here together.
So what I'm saying is this, that when in terms of higher knowledge and lesser knowledge, not no knowledge, because everything we believe everything is ordered. Down to the smallest, most insignificant animal, the ant or the fly or whatever you want to look at. That is order. So we're not going to say that there is no order. We're going to say more order, less order. So when we're saying the jacket, you can see the effects of knowledge, power, and intent. Yes, that's a natural inference. Now the same thing. And this is why it's natural, because it's all over the world. This is innate within humans. Oxford have actually done a study to show that this is the natural state of children, that they infer there's some...
Yeah, but people also infer that the world is flat, right? So the fact that you naturally infer something does not tell you that it's true.
You said a minute ago it's not the natural inference. So do you agree now that it is...
No. Hang on. Let's be clear.
No, there's two things.
No. If you're going to interrupt me, we're not going to have a conversation.
Is it a natural inference now? Yes or no?
If you see this jacket, you can infer that it was made by someone.
And I said it also. Now when we see the order of the heavens and the earth, to use our language, the heavens and the earth around us, and we can see the alternation of the night and day, we can also do a natural inference.
No, that's incorrect. Alright, well let me try and explain why it isn't. Right? I answered your question. Let's see answer mine. Are you saying that complexity cannot increase naturally?
When we say naturally, our whole start point is that everything is ordered.
Yeah, can you answer the question? Can complexity increase without an intelligent agent?
Our religious belief is that there is nothing, there is not a leaf that drops except by the decree
But then
of God.
that's a circular argument, isn't it? Because what you're saying is that you will never accept anything as being natural, right?
Okay.
So now you've got a circular argument because you're just starting with an assumption that everything has come from a creator, and of course you get to a conclusion that there's a creator.
Let's see what the opposite is.
Right?
The opposite is that we have things that are ordered. Now these things that our start point, how we explain it is different, but our start point is that we live in an ordered world, yes or no?
There's order in the world.
Yeah, okay, and is there purpose in the world? So now what you're saying, you're making a claim. I'm not just making a claim, you're also making a claim. I'm making the claim that it's a product of knowledge, power and intent. You're making the claim that blind matter ordered itself to appear ordered, to appear purposeful, and to appear that it's a product of powerful. This appearance is there.
Okay.
So what I'm saying,
let me say what my claim
what would be
is.
the natural occurrence? Naturally, you would see these things and you would say, I would naturally infer that it's a product of knowledgeable, willful, powerful creator.
Okay, so let me just take a step back for a second. What we know from studying physics is that the way the world appears is fluid. Okay, there are certain things at a deep fundamental level that are quite different to the way they appear at our level. So an obvious example is that we think that the length of a ruler is independent of the speed that you travel. It turns out the length of a ruler isn't independent of the speed.
So on a subatomic level, we're looking at physics where nothing makes sense.
Yeah, it's not that nothing makes sense. Things do make sense, right? But they're not how we intuitively. They're not based off our common intuition.
Okay.
Now, if you want to ask,
so is the universe ordered, like, is it rationally intelligible or not?
well, some of it is. We can't say that all of it is.
Okay.
There are some things that maybe we can never understand.
When we're trying to investigate the universe around us, would our reason be a starting point of investigation of the world? So now you're basically saying that we can observe things that are completely irrational with no rational explanation.
No, I never said that.
So
I didn't say that.
So there would be
hang on. Let me come back to my point, okay? We do actually see that complexity can increase by purely natural processes. Okay? So let's just take an example. Let me take an example, right? Let's just suppose there's a puddle here, okay? And, let's say something drops into the puddle, right? It could be just a seed coming there, a leaf flowing into the puddle, okay? What's happened to the puddle? It's more complex, okay? There's no intelligent aid, it's just the wind blowing, okay? So now the complexity is increased, okay? So now, did it require an intelligent agent? No.
It did from our point of view.
Well, from your point of view. Yeah, but now you've got a circular argument.
No.
You've got a entirely circular argument because you're saying everything must have an intelligent agent behind it. So of course,
was that say lazy bear love?
yeah.
Could that be a product of matter organising itself with new knowledge?
It's not impossible, but it's extremely unlikely.
So now, when you're saying it's not impossible, have you ever observed something coming out of complexity?
No.
Okay.
But that's irrelevant, isn't it? Because if let me explain why.
Based upon some whole of our experience.
Yeah, but our whole experience is how many years have you been here?
I've been here for 23 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if the universe is around for billions of years, you can't necessarily say, well, I've only experienced stuff for a few decades, therefore it can't happen.
The opposite,
right? Have you ever?
Arguing against your own thing, then.
The sum whole of our experience and our reason and our natural intuition.
But our reason tells us it could.
Hang on, it's pointing this way. You're saying, well, we've only been allowed for this time, but we're going to probably see something else that's going to completely flip everything we believe in.
No, it doesn't flip everything we believe in. You just don't understand.
That's fine. I can just say you're arrogant.
Let me just explain why. Alright, let me explain why. Give you my reason. Give you my reason. I'm not just going to state it.
Lazy bear lodge.
Okay, let me explain.
Lazy bear lodge can come about.
Yes, it can. I will explain.
Have we ever observed that?
No.
You haven't observed that.
Okay, let me.
You're open to you're open.
No, if you're going to keep interrupting me, I can't say anything. Okay, can I give you my line of reasoning? Can you? I will. But please don't interrupt. So what we're talking about is what we find is that molecules don't generally spontaneously arrange themselves. Why not? Because they're unlikely to do so. So let me try and explain why with a little piece of simple mathematics. Let's imagine we're really talking about entropy. Okay, entropy generally increases into the future. Right? Now, let's give an example of how this happens. Let's suppose you have a table full of coins. Okay? A low entropy state, let's suppose all the coins are ordered in such that they're all heads. Okay? Now, let's suppose we start flipping the coins, every single one. Let's suppose there's 100 coins on the table. Yeah? We flip each one. What's the chances that we are going to have all heads again? It's very low, isn't it? And that's an example of increasing entropy. And what we see overwhelmingly, right, is that entropy increases. Okay? However, we could ask the question, is it impossible? You asked me the question, is it impossible? Is it possible, is it possible for us to flip all the coins so they all come back to head? Well, it is possible. It's very unlikely, but it is possible. Right now, how long would it take? How long would it take? Sorry, is it realistic? Yes, it is realistic. You just have to wait a very long time. Okay? So let me finish my point. Sorry, let me finish my point.
If you're not a reason, anything is possible.
Not necessarily.
Can I walk through you? If you're talking
yeah, you could.
I can walk through you.
Yeah. That's called quantum tunneling. The reason it's unlikely, the reason you're never going to see anyone walk through someone else is because there's a probability for what's called a tunneling amplitude. So there's something called quantum tunneling. So if you have a barrier, so take an example, right? You want to walk through me.
My friend, you're going to I'm just saying.
I'm trying to explain it to you.
You don't need to explain. We know your
I
belief.
don't need to explain. Why not?
I know you believe in different stuff like this.
This is not my belief. This is standard physics.
That's fine.
And it would be helpful if you understood this.
That's fine. You can got me like
Okay, so let me try and explain how this happens.
All I'm saying is, our belief is so natural that I can infer that Lazy Bear Lodge was a product of knowledge, power, and intent. Something what you're postulating is that's possible that it came about with matter organising itself to appear.
No, I don't think that's what happened. But you asked me, is it possible?
And you have to entertain that. And that's basically like me walking through you. Yeah? And we've never observed this. Yeah? In fact, in terms of mathematics, it has some mathematics. But in reality, these things would never come to play.
Well, that's not true. The way the sun shines is through quantum tunneling. The way all these electronic components work is through quantum tunneling. So we do observe quantum tunneling, we observe it all the time.
Okay, that's right.
But it's on a subatomic level.
I'm going to leave and we'll try to walk through you.
No, you missed the point. What I said was it's incredibly unlikely.